You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Hello Halloween fans, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. I just got done watching Halloween Kills. And with Halloween Kills, we are following the exact same night of Halloween 2018 after Michael was locked away in that burning basement, only to be rescued by first responders. Michael Myers now back out in the town of Haddonfield. The Strode family must stop him. But not just them, they'll get a little help from legacy characters of the Halloween franchise who have survived encounters with Michael Myers. That's all pretty much it without giving any spoilers to you guys. This is a spoiler-free review, and boy are we gonna get into spoilers. Whenever the movie's released, I will be making a separate video talking about that, along with all the other Easter eggs and references to previous Halloween movies, because there is a ton in here. Also, along with how this film sets up the finale, Halloween Ends, that we already know is confirmed to be coming. But first, a couple of things off the bat. I was really grateful to get an early screening access to this movie thanks to Cinemark Theaters. They provided me with a private screening so I could be with my friends and family to enjoy Halloween Kills in all its glory. They're my favorite theater with the bust and popcorn, great concessions, sanitary areas, and luxury seats to be able to enjoy a good horror movie. I'm gonna leave a link to their website in my description and my pinned comment so you guys can find a local Cinemark in your area to check out Halloween Kills in theaters. And last thing on the docket, you guys are probably staring at my shirt wondering, Chris, damn, that is a nice shirt. Where can I get one? Right here, fellas. You know I only do this for movies I'm hyped about, so I'm gonna give away a free large t-shirt of Halloween Kills and a Funko Pop of little Mikey Myers. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment down below you want to be entered, and I'll pick someone at random. Alright, enough with that hoopla out of the way. Let's just go into my thoughts with this movie. Man, I had been anticipating Halloween Kills for the longest. It sucks that we had to wait an extra year for this movie because of the pandemic, but maybe it was the fact that I went through all the Michael Myers Halloween movies in preparation for this. I was really interested to see how Halloween Kills would be the movie to continue on the legacy that they set up in 2018, while also trying to be the film to catch up with everything they've missed out on now that they've eliminated so many timelines. Because remember, this is technically Halloween 3 in the current timeline, and man, do they do some creative things, but also they make some crazy choices in this movie that I don't know how Halloween fans are going to feel about. I'll get to some of that in a sec, but I want to praise some of the great things about Halloween Kills here. For one, it for sure lives up to the title of Halloween Kills. This is the ultimate slasher and the bloodiest and goriest Michael Myers has ever been. Man, the body count in this movie is high, and almost every single kill is unique and different in its own way, where they're not even calling back to previous kills in the Halloween franchise. Almost 90 to 100% of these kills are stuff we've never seen from Michael before, and as a horror fan who loves that nasty stuff, man, was I just clapping and cheering at some of the carnage Michael is having in this film. But the other thing I love about Halloween Kills, this being like the millionth time Michael Myers has shown up on screen, is you can tell they're really trying to pay respects to the fans, not only by trying to bring in a lot of the legacy characters that showed up in the previous Halloween movie, like the two little kids that Laurie babysat in the original John Carpenter film, but throughout the movie, there's not just Easter eggs and references, there's recurring themes that get explored a lot further in Halloween Kills. They're able to dive into the backstory a little bit about Michael Myers without completely ruining what they tried to establish here with Halloween 2018, because we all know Laurie and Michael are no longer brother and sister, and Michael is just this evil person who does things for no reason. They decided, however, to still give us flashbacks in the movie, which isn't a spoiler, they're in the trailer. It also happens very early on in the movie, but man, those flashback scenes where they take us back to the original night of Halloween 1978, oh, it looks fantastic on the big screen. I don't know if they actually went ahead and used cameras from the 70s to replicate what they were doing, but they perfectly capture the cinematography, feel, and look of what John Carpenter's Halloween looked like back in 1978. Like when those flashback scenes are happening, you feel like you took a time machine and are watching deleted scenes from that film. So big pat on the back to David Gordon Green for being able to pull that off and give us a little nostalgic feeling with this movie. And like I was mentioning, those legacy characters from the previous Halloween movie, Halloween Kills is really about them and putting them front and focus and kind of stepping Laurie in the background for now as she's recovering from her wounds from Halloween 2018. While I do think some returning legacy characters were better than others, like I really enjoyed Kyle Richards returning back as Lindsay Wallace. Nurse Miriam was also a little joy to see in there. I was kind of back and forth on whether I'd like Michael Anthony Hall's version of Tommy Doyle, and he's one of the legacy characters you get the most of in this movie. Bringing me to some of my negatives about Halloween Kills, and honestly, I don't even know if I should call them negatives. They're more things I'm mixed about with this movie, and I think I need a rewatch to really gather my thoughts on them. But bringing up the things that is still kind of bothering me, if you're the type of person who watches a horror movie and you hate stupid characters, you know what I'm talking about. The characters that could obviously do one thing to kind of end the movie or get on top being ahead and surviving, Man, you have like about 7 or 8 characters in this movie that do some really stupid things that it eventually starts getting to the point where you're annoyed, where you're mad, and it feels almost like lazy writing in a way just to make sure that a certain shape can make it out of certain situations. Also, like I was mentioning, this movie really does seem like it's made for Halloween fans that have kept up with the franchise and have watched all the previous Halloween movies, even if some are no longer canon and in this timeline. The film tries to find a way to pay a little homage and respect to them, but also it really does not want to forget that there's general audience members that might watch Halloween Kills and this will be their first Halloween movie ever, cause man is it heavy on the exposition. I would say a good chunk of Halloween Kills is just people explaining things that have happened in the 1978 film, in the 2018 movie, letting you know who certain legacy characters are and why they should matter in this movie. All stuff that is mainly there for the newbies of Halloween and need to be filled in on why certain things are happening. And I totally get that. You don't want to completely alienate your audience or turn people off from this movie. And I'm not even talking about brand new scenes with flashbacks of new information that we got of what happened in the original Halloween 1978. I'm talking about stuff that we should already know and should be kind of common sense, and it just feels like it's dumbed down a little bit for the audience. But probably leading to the biggest thing that'll be a huge point of contention when people discuss Halloween Kills, which again, no spoilers, not gonna ruin anything for you, but Halloween Kills doesn't want to be just another slasher movie where you have Michael rampaging on and killing people left and right without any purpose. Michael himself still might not have any purpose, but the movie itself does throw at you some social commentary. Yeah, I know, that's a word that's gonna scare some people, but social commentary isn't always a bad thing. It can really work out and can make good horror movies into classics or iconic movies. I mean, look at Get Out with Jordan Peele. That's a movie that's a perfect example of a horror film that also has some social commentary that was able to blend the two well. Michael Myers here, for one of the very first times, attempts to do that social commentary and tackles what fear does to a group of people, specifically a mob mentality. This movie does take some dedicated screen time to throw in that social commentary of what does fear do to us as a society. If we have someone like Michael Myers out there who is the essence of evil and is unstoppable, what kind of effects would he have on the people of Haddonfield who have encountered him and those who are afraid to encounter him? It's stuff that I'm mixed on because I think this is great that they're elevating Halloween and trying to make it more than just your regular slasher movie, but it's a mixed bag because it doesn't balance the two well. At one point, you're showing Michael Myers killing people with multiple knives, breaking fluorescent light bulbs, doing the most gruesome, gory kills you can think of, and then you spend a little time doing slow motion, slow pans of people's faces going, what kind of society do we live in? It's not always perfectly balanced, and then they take a huge leap of continuing that social commentary with a hospital sequence. That's all I'll say. You'll know what I mean when you see the movie, but that'll be the thing that either makes or breaks Halloween Kills for you. But don't get me wrong, Halloween Kills is nowhere near the bottom of the barrel Halloween sequels that we've gotten before. I still think this is one of the better movies that we've gotten. Really good. Not my favorite sequel, but I think one worthy enough to carry the name of Halloween and continue on to where I'm curious to definitely see what's next, because we know there's a third movie, and they kind of ended on a cliffhanger that might also make or break this movie for you. So with Halloween Kills, I'm gonna give action 3.5 stars. There was plenty of carnage going around with Michael Myers, slashing around people. Also, the town of Haddonfield trying to band together and go after Michael Myers. Sometimes it feels like it builds to a really big climax for it to be over so quick, but I still think having a lot of unique kills was pretty awesome. Comedy in the movie, I'm gonna give it 2 stars. It doesn't really boggle you down with the comedy like there was in Halloween 2018. There will be moments where a joke is thrown here and there, but they definitely add more of a serious tone to this movie. So you will not be getting a lot of scenes like 2 cops talking about sandwiches or a kid talking about his nasty ass toenails. They really kind of wash away some of that stuff in this film. Drama in the movie, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I'm still very mixed on the social commentary element and whether I really liked it or I felt the movie would have been better without it. It was still an interesting story nonetheless, and they continue to keep Michael as this mysterious figure, which we all love. Horror in the movie, I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. Some of us haven't been afraid of Michael in a long time, but boy is he threatening in this one, and you really are scared about the characters who get put in the path of Michael Myers. Boy is ruthless, and if he's able to catch you, you're not dying quickly. You're dying slow and very painfully. That's one of the things I am loving about this Blumhouse version of Michael Myers. And suspense the movie, I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars because you really have no idea who's gonna be living and dying by the end of this movie, and some of the people who die will surprise you. Casual fans of Halloween, I'm gonna give it a B-. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a B+. And critically, I am gonna give it a C+. So for Halloween Kills, I'm gonna say it's a movie still definitely worth watching in theaters. Look, this might be a situation after I watch Halloween Kills for a second or third time that social commentary really settles in with me, or that everything they set up here gets really paid off with Halloween Ends, making me love this movie a lot more. But for now, I just thought it was a good entry with some gaping flaws here and there, but it's no need to hit the panic button. Let me know what you guys thought about Halloween Kills if you got around to see it, and be sure to stay tuned for the channel for after the movie's release. We're talking full spoilers, and I definitely want to know you Halloween fans' opinion about the ending and some of the things happening in this movie. But as always, I'm Chris, it's October, so go spook your mama.